Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special, and now it's time for us to talk about what happened during the second half of Monday Night Raw from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. And the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would see MVP and Bobby Lashley in the center of the ring, talking about the amazing role Apollo Crews was on until he crossed paths with MVP and Bobby Lashley. And MVP would say that since he pinned the United States Champion, technically he's the new United States Champion, but he needs a championship proper to represent his new reign as United States Champion, and would get one in the form of a very new and beautiful version of the United States Championship, and would reveal it in front of the world, only for Bobby Lashley to say, since you're rolling with me, it is official and you are the new United States Champion. Only for Cedric Alexander and Ricochet to come out to dispute that fact, not only telling MVP he needs to earn that championship, but would also say with the Hurt Business that Bobby Lashley and MVP is currently on, it's about to go chapter 11, and would take to the ring and try to take out MVP and Bobby Lashley, only for this match to become an impromptu match between these four superstars. And during this match, Cedric Alexander and Ricochet, aka the Ballroom Blitzkrieg, would live up to their name by giving Bobby Lashley and MVP a blitzkrieg of attacks in the form of not only a backspin kick, but an enziguri super kick combination reminding me of something straight out of WWE 13 or the offensive maneuvers from the Motor City Machine Guns to try to pin MVP for near fall. And would even see Cedric Alexander pulling off a tornado DDT during this match for near fall, and even Ricochet suffering the wrath of an elevated STO during this match from Bobby Lashley for MVP to still pick up a near fall. But ultimately, this match will come to an emphatic end after Bobby Lashley would tag himself in, and for Cedric Alexander to eat the nastiest spear I've seen Bobby Lashley do all month thus far, and I got a feeling there's more to come in the future, for Bobby Lashley to pin Cedric Alexander and to win this impromptu match via pinfall. But after the match was over, Bobby Lashley wasn't done, because he would decide to put Cedric Alexander in a full Nelson to truly prove that the Hurt Business is still open for business, only for Ricochet to come from out of the nowhere skies and drop kick the living bejesus out of Bobby Lashley to help out his best friend to get out of the clutches of one Bobby Lashley. Then fast forward later on that night, you would see none other than MVP trying to talk to Cedric Alexander after that assault, and would tell him, why are you still in the shadow of Ricochet when he's got his own special and everything going on for him? You're doing absolutely nothing, and since we're in the Hurt Business, you're in the catering business, and that's where you're gonna stay until you learn to get out of the shadow of one Ricochet, so bon appetit. And just like Cedric Alexander said during all of that noise that MVP was spewing, it's a case of divide and conquer for MVP, and I got a feeling eventually it's gonna work on Cedric Alexander. I don't know why, but I got a feeling he's really gonna stab his partner in the back with a good old-fashioned lumbar check. Can't wait to see it happen. I don't know why, but I got a feeling Cedric Alexander as a heel would be a pretty cool thing to see. But nevertheless, and with that future backstabbing moment in the future, folks, the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would see Randy Orton, Angel Garza, and Andrade Cien Almas going one-on-one against the Big Show and the Viking Raiders. Now, prior to this match taking place, the Big Show would whip the Viking Raiders into shape, since they were backstage trying to do their same bowling stunts they did during their Best of 7 series with the Street Profits, only for the Big Show to chop both of them in the chest for them to get serious so he can get his hands on Randy Orton. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, you would see Angel Garza and Andrade still having problems, only for Ric Flair to come out and actually try to teach them up and coach them up and to not piss off Randy Orton, or he'll have to answer to Randy. For Randy to come from out of nowhere and say both of them are third-generation superstars, but if they keep this up, he's gonna introduce them to the Legend Killer. And during the match, he would introduce them to the Legend Killer because Randy Orton, when Angel Garza and Andrade was getting in a fight, Randy Orton would snatch Angel Garza off the apron and would tell him, I know you're bred for this business, I have the ultimate amount of respect for you, but I will put you in the dirt if you don't get your head out of your ass during this match. And was basically telling him he was gonna kill him if he wasn't on the same team as his partner, which was the best amount of advice he could do to try to help these young kids after what was going on in the past couple of weeks, and did a hell of a lot better job than Selena Vega, because during this match, despite Angel Garza getting hit in the face with a beautiful tiger knee in the face from Eric for a near fall, not once but twice. But you would also see the Viking Raiders tag teaming with the Big Show to do not only one body slam, but 2 assisted body slams for a near fall on Andrade during this match. But unfortunately for the Viking Big Show Raiders, their luck would run out when they would finally get on the same page and would see Big Show almost about to get choked out by Andrade, for him to tag out, for Ivar to tag into Eric and try to pull off the Viking experience, for Andrade to help out his partner again, throw out Ivar to the outside of the ring, and one sneaky tag later, after the Big Show almost getting RKO'd, which almost cost them during this match, would cost them during this match, when Eric turned around and would go right into the clutches of the Viper, getting hit with an RKO from out of nowhere, for the team of Randy Orton, Andrade, and Angel Garza to win this match via pinfall. And not to mention getting some high praise from Randy Orton and also from Ric Flair backstage. But those high praises would not last for long, because none other than R-Truth would come from out of nowhere, bumping into both Randy Orton and Ric Flair to say to Ric Flair, "Oh, the dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair, you clean up good." Or should I say, to Zawa, only for Randy Orton to get that crazy look in his eye, but before he could do anything, Akira Tozawa and his group of ninjas would appear on the screen, and then for Randy Orton to lose his cool, scream out, "Hey!" And then for Akira Tozawa and his ninjas to just have this still statue-like pose and say, "Mr. Orton, we're looking for R-Truth. Do you know which way he went?" And then would hear Randy Orton say, "He went that way," in the opposite direction that R-Truth went, for them to just gingerly walk away from both Ric Flair and Randy Orton. Then we would go backstage yet again, because prior to this next match that would take place, which would be none other than Billie Kay going one-on-one against Ruby Riott, you would see them both still taunting Ruby Riott backstage, telling her that she has no friends, that she's all alone, and that they're iconic, only for Ruby Riott to come out and just say, "Well, after I beat you tonight, it's not gonna be iconic, it's gonna be tragic." But what was really tragic is the fact that once again Ruby Riott would have the odds not in her favor, because despite her not only kicking out of the Kiss of Kay, which was this big boot to the face by Billie Kay during this match for near fall, and also kicking out of a modified Northern Light suplex and finding her way out of a bow and arrow lock, only to do a knee strike in the corner or a head driver into the ropes. Don't know what she calls that move, but we might as well call it the Quiet Riot for a near fall. Only for Ruby Riott to go up to the top rope and try to do her Riot Senton. Only for Peyton Royce to interfere in this match by distracting Ruby Riott. Only for Billie Kay to hit a eat defeat from upstairs right against the throat, and then would finish this match off with a sit-out spine buster for none other than Billie Kay to beat Ruby Riott and for the Iconics to beat her 2 weeks straight via pinfall. And after the match was over, after the show was over on Raw Talk, you would hear Ruby Riott letting her true feelings out by saying that she felt that her former partner Liv Morgan didn't need her, and she overreacted after coming back after double shoulder surgery and would essentially tear apart the Riott Squad because of her emotions, because she only knows how to speak with her fists and not her emotions. And I got a feeling that will most likely kill any form of backup that she was gonna get from Liv Morgan, which I got a feeling Liv Morgan may return next week to help out her friend, or not. We'll have to find out next time as the world turns. And with that soap opera reference out of the way, folks, we now go into the main event of the evening, which would be a champion versus champion match, which would see Asuka going one-on-one against Bayley in a champion versus champion match. And during this said match, Bayley would take things a little bit too lightly during this contest and would get caught sleeping in a multitude of ways, not only with a high roundhouse kick on the outside of the ring, but a nasty spinning back fist to the face. Ouch! Followed up by a missile drop kick from upstairs for a near fall. But despite all of that, Bayley would still go with her usual childish shenanigans and would try to get her help from her tag team partner in the form of Sasha Banks doing a tiger knee on the apron to Asuka, leading directly into a Saito suplex for a near fall. But ultimately, this match will come to an end again after Sasha Banks would give her tag team partner some water on the apron, after Bayley would go to the announce table at least 2, 3, or 4 times while fighting against the Empress of Tomorrow, only for Nikki Cross, who was the special guest earlier tonight, and would get knocked off after Nikki Cross would end up losing her temper after what Sasha Banks did to her earlier in the night, throwing sunglasses at her, would then see her come back into the crowd, slamming on the plexiglass, only for Bayley to take her eye off the ball one too many times and to get choked out with an Asuka lock, then hit with an O'Connor roll-like pinfall for the champion of tomorrow and the Empress of Tomorrow to win this match for Monday Night Raw via pinfall. For her to dance in the ring and for Nikki Cross to celebrate by still slamming on the glass, reminding me of something from out of 28 Days Later, to close Monday Night Raw for this week with the golden role models on the losing side for showboating one too many times. And for them, I would say the same thing my sister would tell to me. What did I tell you about showboating? What did I tell you about showboating? And with that public service announcement against showboating out of the way, folks, I think it's time for us to go ahead, grab a glass of water, and when we return, we'll be back with more street-like shenanigans as the Tuesday Night Special rolls on right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.